Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Gage and Mike Let Loose, episode 2. That's right, we're making milestones already. Episode 2 in one night, my god. If you're tuning in from the last episode, I don't know when exactly we're going to post this. We got to get like some set schedule down. But if you're tuning in from the last episode, you're a trooper and God bless you. But again, I'm joined here with none other than Mike.
And if you're tuning in from last episode, you're probably got some serious psychological issues.
Yeah, that's probably it too. You know, why does it seem like a common reoccurrence? That people think it's funny to try to make fun of themselves. You know how many people were probably like, you know what? You know how many times I've heard that joke?
Probably, but there's a lot of truth in humor. Usually they say that, that's pretty much what do they say? More things are said, more truth is said in jest or whatever, some bullshit.
Probably. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Probably true too. But anyways, if you're making it to this one, either you have nothing to do with yourself, or you actually thought we were pretty funny, which I'm cool with either one because you're still listening to it. But so, what do you want to talk about today, Mike? What do you want to let loose on today?
Well, before we let loose, I just want to let loose on the fact that if anybody's offended by the things that we let loose on, I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, let loose on that.
Yeah, I'm just letting loose on that.
How about you let loose on your sense of humor?
Well, I'll let loose on that too. But if people are highly offended by things in general, then
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, listen,
let them let loose on their sense.
No,
of
they can
humor.
let loose if they want, like put like comments on YouTube saying
no,
we're a bunch
seriously,
we're two assholes or something.
Yeah, the
That's
more
cool.
you do, the more you post that, I'm sure it's gonna be the better for us.
Because then we'll read the YouTubes and be like, oh my god, we're assholes. But
oh my god, that should be a segment that we do. Once we start getting like comments and whatnot, we should take their comments and let loose on their comments.
We can do that, or they can, or we, you know what? Hey, being it's called let loose, maybe they can let loose on us and just tell us what a bunch of assholes we are.
You guys need to come on this podcast, even if we have to like use a phone. I've done it before in my other podcast. We have them call us, and we let loose on them as they let loose on us, or however we want to do that.
So or they can, I guess they can send us their number, and we could actually do a podcast while they're letting loose on us on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
We could do that.
Yeah, that sounds actually pretty good. Making ideas already.
Oh my God, things progress so much. I mean, holy shit. What I was thinking about. When we were talking earlier off air. We're talking about. I like to start off this episode with with pet peeves, things that just kind of get your goat, piss you off, kind of make you want to punch somebody or punch yourself in the face. What really chaps your ass?
Venuses.
Oh my God, dude.
If you guys watched the last episode, you'll know what we mean.
You're a freak.
But no, the redundancy and I guess just the redundancy of social media, and I guess society as a whole. Like, I don't mean to like sound like that guy, but honestly, like, it's not like I consider myself a hipster or whatnot. I'm honestly just doing this because it makes me mad. Like, society as a whole, as it stands stereotypically, it makes me mad. Makes me pretty mad. But, there's a lot of good people in society and whatnot. And, I like to find those people. And, I guess it can be kind of like the fun part of having everybody be like that is trying to find the people that are different and actually relate to you. And not the people that try to act like everyone else and try to relate with everyone else whenever they're not actually that type of person.
Well, where are you going with that? What do you mean?
Well,
society?
I'm just saying, okay, people my age, right?
Yeah.
Going around, they're posting selfies. The freaking Kylie Jenner challenge, the freaking ALS ice bucket challenge. And I know that most people are doing that for a good cause and whatnot. But I mean, there's kind of like a certain extent, like really just.
I'll tell you what. You really touched on two sore subjects for me personally. The ice challenge, the ice bucket challenge, and the selfies. I'll tell you what. If I saw one more ice bucket challenge, I was gonna fucking throw myself off an iceberg and hopefully die in a.
Yeah, okay, raising awareness for something is one thing, but I think there's a lot better ways to do it, and I understand that people want to try to have fun with it, and I think like the whole challenge was like either donate money or do that, and I saw a whole lot of people doing that.
But my whole thing is this: if they really wanted to make it a challenge, how challenging? Seriously,
yeah, to pour
a bucket.
I mean, like maybe
ice
if you
water.
were to okay, a while back I did this, but I mean, like, if you want to do something with ice, then why don't you go freaking dig a hole in your yard, like the size of your body, pour ice in there and then lay on that ice for like 30 minutes.
Because there's a thing called hypothermia.
Yeah, I know, and I've done that before. Okay, but you know what? I think it's gonna be a bit more challenging to try to do that than to pour a freaking bucket of ice on yourself. You know, if they can go do the cinnamon challenge, if they can go do the eraser challenge.
What's the cinnamon challenge?
Where you take a spoonful of cinnamon and you put it in your mouth.
Oh wait, isn't that video we watched where that chick threw up?
Yeah.
Wow. What? I mean,
I don't know. I haven't tried it because I don't want to, because I guess I am a hipster.
I do like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's a really good cereal.
It is. Well, no, I've actually kind of grown out of that. I've really noticed that I've started like liking more old man cereals, like freaking bran flakes. I like to put sugar on those, and those are really good.
Yeah, but you would. I mean, why would you not? How can you not like Cinnamon Toast
Well,
Crunch?
I do, but I mean, it's just kind of like. It's kind of like a lot of those sugary things like that kind of like leave a weird aftertaste in my mouth.
That's probably all the chemicals in there, but
Yeah. That's why I like old man cereals that are non-GMO.
But back to the challenge, I think it would have been a lot more challenging if they did something like maybe had
see who can pull the most money out of their wallet first and donate.
Yeah, there's a challenge. See how much you can donate. No, how about maybe if they would have did something cool like the fucking fire ant challenge? Maybe fucking have a bucket of fire ants and cover yourself with honey. Now that would have been a challenge. If I could have seen that, seriously, I would have donated at least a good $100 if I saw some fucking asshole cover themselves in honey and then let another asshole take a bucket of fire ants and put it on them. That would be seriously a challenge.
Yeah, and while we're on the topic of awareness right now, there's something that I mentioned in my other podcast. I have he's not really a friend. I knew him. He went to school with me. His name is Chris. He's actually in basic training right now, and his family is trying to raise money to go out and see him. I forgot where exactly what fort he's at right now, but they're trying to raise money to go see him. I think they're trying to raise like $1,000 to get to go see him for his mom, his stepdad, his girlfriend, and his older brother, and they're trying to go out to go see him. So I'll put a link on that for the GoFundMe website. So if you guys could at least share it and not pour a bucket of ice on yourself, that would be really nice. I think they've raised, the last time I checked, I want to say a little bit over 200 in 2 days.
Did they really? Hey, but I'll tell you what. You know what? If one of them fucking takes some honey and a bucket of fire ants, I'll put money into that.
If somebody, you know what? There you go. There's our challenge. If somebody does that and they post a video, and if they let us know that they did that.
No, I have to see the video because
I know. That's what I'm saying. They go on like the social media.
I can say that I took some honey and poured some fire ants.
Well, I know, but like they go comment below and they be like, "Hey, here's a video," then I'll do it. If you guys amuse me in any way, I might have to donate something. I mean, I'm gonna donate something anyways, probably once I get the chance to. But if you guys do something like that,
well, getting to peeves though, which was a really good pet peeve about the ice challenge, the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah.
My personal, you touched on a peeve of mine that really chaps my ass is
selfies?
Really bad selfies, yeah.
Selfies?
What?
Well, I don't even think it's the fact that they're taking the pictures that make me mad. I just think it's the fact that they have to, like, all do it in, like, the same way. And, like, they feel that it's necessary to either, A, take a picture of half their face. B, they have to do the freaking duck face, which I know I sound like that freaking old man yelling at the clouds.
No, but wait. But since you're younger than me, where the fuck? Who came up with the duck bill idea, the duck face? What the fuck is that?
It's been around for quite some time now, and as far as where it came from, I have no clue. It's like, okay, like you give me a lot more credit for being like that young dude than you really should, because I don't keep up with things like that. I see it all the time. I don't know where it comes from or anything like that. If any of you know, please let me know, because I'm kind of interested to see where that came from. But I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, I really would like to know, because I've been seeing I've seen a lot of selfies on Facebook and on fucking YouTube or whatnot. I don't know where the fuck I've seen them, but I don't know what the whole concept of if I purse my lips like a duck, it makes me look more attractive.
There's a lot more than just that. I mean, like the chicks that have to like freaking push their back in so it makes their butt look bigger.
Well, that's different because they're trying to make their ass look slightly more attractive than it may normally look.
Yeah, but then you know what? Then the dude shows up and he's like, you know what? You lied to me.
False advertisement.
Thanks, Bruce Jenner. Thanks. All right. No. Thanks, James Bond girl. Thanks. You freaking. I feel deceived now, and I don't want to know you anymore. But hey, I can understand that. But like, I think maybe that's what they're trying to do with the duck lips too. I don't know.
No, I don't really think so, Gage.
I don't know. Oh, look, you know
what?
what?
You would want to look like a duck? What are they trying to get a date with a duck?
Maybe they're trying to get bread. You don't know. Maybe they're hungry.
Man, that's one hot fucking.
I remember something like that. But I don't know. Just like whenever it started happening, like I don't even know. Because for the longest time, whenever people started switching from Facebook over to Instagram and whatnot, I did not. For the longest time, mostly because A, either I had a junk phone, or B, because at that time I was like, man, and I remember this perfectly. I was like, man, I don't want to join Instagram. This is really freaking stupid. And then I joined Instagram. I now have freaking close to 300 followers. And
who the fuck would follow you on Instagram?
I have, I think, above 600 posts right now, and I have about 300 followers. Although on each picture I only get about like 37 likes. Really makes you wonder, but.
Yeah, well, maybe. Do you even know these people?
Most of them know. Most of them. Well, like I don't know.
Maybe they're Bruce Jenner fans.
Possibly. I don't think I've mentioned anything about Bruce Jenner though.
I think. It's
well, you
time.
know what? It might have deceived them whenever I posted that picture of me from Halloween. Whenever I dressed up like a chick, that might have deceived them a little bit. Like what? Oh, look, a Bruce Jenner article.
Oh my God, it's about Bruce Jenner.
Oh wait, never mind. There's some freaking kid on Halloween dressed up like a chick from the '80s, and he did a pretty terrible job at it. But
no, actually, no. I'll give you credit. You looked quite very Don't mind me turning on this flashlight because when cats and dogs will be battling out with each other. Yeah, I'm gonna comment about Gage dressing like a girl.
Okay, look.
Keep really liked it way too much. Actually,
I did not like it way too much.
Dressing.
If anything, you were staring at my freaking my manly breasts the whole time.
They were my fucking socks.
They were your socks, but you know what? You were a little too friendly around them.
I didn't grab your socks.
You were like a friend. You did.
I didn't grab your
did.
socks. I wore your socks. I basically wore your socks because they're my socks.
I don't know that you can wear your.
They were clean. I mean, I've worn them on my feet, so basically.
You know what? It's like the moment I put now. You know what? Now I know why feminists do what they do. The moment I put those socks in my shirt, your view on me changed completely.
But you didn't have a Venus, so it doesn't really count.
Well, hey, look, you know what? You didn't know that. Okay.
I did.
You didn't know that other chick too.
Nah, that other chick. I'll tell you what. Yeah, but that's an whole other story.
Anyways.
But so that we're gonna talk. Pet peeves. I would love to hear some comments about anybody else's pet peeves that we'd like to address. But that was just just a big pet peeve of mine, the duckbill face thing. I don't get that. Another pet peeve that I really do have is the fucking dude on YouTube that does the Minecraft videos.
Oh my God. Okay, let's not give him any sponsorship here for our whole 5 subscribers. Okay, let's not push him over there. But let's just say that whenever you got freaking grown men. I'm assuming he's a grown man. There's that part of him. It's like that guy's a grown man, and he's sitting there. He's doing Minecraft videos for a bunch of little kids, like freaking Mr. Rogers on YouTube.
Well, it's actually kind of creepy, kind of like the Wiggles.
Well, yeah, and he's got a freaking voice higher than Maggie does, my little sister, and it really. I'm so glad she stopped watching him.
No, well,
but then you know what? I actually figured out that he was doing some freaking gameplay on Rainbow Six.
Well, he actually probably. I'm seriously. How many subscribers that dude have?
A lot.
Yeah, that dude's making some money watching. Here's my whole thing. Seriously, this really is a pet peeve. I don't understand why people watch videos of other people playing video games.
Well, that all started a little while ago. I don't know exactly how long. It's been going on for quite some time, but I think, from my point of view, whenever it really started growing huge was whenever PewDiePie came around.
Who?
Remember that guy that Justice watches that you?
Oh man, I want.
Okay, well, whenever that came around, so whenever everything started to become like really huge, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, that's freaking hilarious!" Or at least whenever I started noticing it, and at that time, mind you, this was probably 7th grade, and I was like, "Oh my God, that guy's amazing." That's what actually pushed me to start my first YouTube channel, which is actually what I upload my other podcast to. Was actually my old YouTube channel. If you actually go to that,
was watching that a fucking annoying guy?
No, because that channel I'd actually uploaded Dead Space gameplay and different gameplays and whatnot, and that's what it put. Watching that guy, because like, first of all, how many views that guy had at that time and how fast he grew, I was like, oh my God, like anything's possible.
All right, there's another pet peeve: stupidity in society. Okay, I'm just gonna put it right out there. As a society in general, and I know Gage touched on this earlier, we tend to follow trends and fads that just totally fucking boggle my mind.
I was like that back then.
When's the last time you seen anything about a Snuggie?
I don't know. Well, actually, I was talking about that 2 weeks ago.
What, wanting a Snuggie?
Not wanting it. Well, kind of. And I don't, okay, think about this. Okay, I know that back whenever I actually played video games, all the time, the biggest problem I had with, wired controllers, whenever you're trying to use a blanket, is it actually becomes, really uncomfortable. Either, A, you're messing up the cord with the blanket because the blanket's too heavy and it's, bending the cord, or you're just, trying to move your hand. Okay, so see, if I had mind you, I could just get a jacket. But if I had a friggin' Snuggie,
So basically, you want a Snuggie?
No, I can just go get a jacket. But I'm telling you,
well, that
I
would
could
look
see
pretty stupid. You're sitting on the couch playing a video game in a jacket.
Okay, hey, why are you wearing? First of all, who's gonna be sitting there watching me unless I'm doing some freaking gameplay video?
But how about maybe you just inside yourself knowing that I'm wearing a jacket while I'm playing a game?
Mike, you wear cotton shorts and Crocs. Okay, I think me wearing a jacket while I play video games is the least of my worries.
Hey, first of all, we just for the record, I love my Crocs. And
some Crocs sponsorship.
Sometimes, yeah. If anybody wants to sponsor us from Crocs, I love my Crocs. I even wear them sometimes with socks. So then it's socks and Crocs. And I like cotton shorts because I like to. You know what? I like to
wear what you want.
I gotta let my boys relax. It's hard to let your boys relax in jeans,
I don't know. I've kind of become accustomed to jeans. Jeans are pretty much all I wear.
Yeah, well, see, sometimes you just gotta let some air get down there.
You know what? That should be an invention that we make for people that only wear jeans. Have jeans or a kit where you can put a built-in a little fan, or, a little vent hole, kind of like grommets on boots, and kind of put a little vent hole, kind of right there.
Well, I never understood why they didn't put the zipper on girls' jeans right in the crotch area. I think that would. I think I'm putting that out there right now. You just think if on a pair of female jeans, if they move the zipper from where our penises are, and put it right in the crotch zone, how much then they could cop a squat. Because women and girls are always bitching about, oh man, you're a dude, you're a guy, so
you're flying the feminist flock.
You could stand up and piss. You could stand up and piss, right? You could stand up and piss. Well,
look, you know what? Somebody already solved that issue whenever they made a freaking funnel in a tube. Okay,
that didn't solve shit.
Apparently.
Well, the funnel in a tube. No, that's just a fucking makeshift. But if you made a pair of jeans, and you put the zipper. And I guess you'd have to put the tongue by the taint, like this, so you could have to reach back to your taint.
Or those freaking, on flight suits, how they have, the two zippers, so it's kind of like you can zip one up, and, and they'll have one on the bottom so you can zip that up, so you don't have to, zip it down so you go pee. That could work.
Yeah, but, I don't know. I think it's you're not supposed to wipe front to back, back to front. But I think if you're going to unzip, if you're gonna put a zipper in the crotch of a pair of girls' pants, I think you have to go from the taint to the belly button would probably be a lot more natural than going from the belly button to the taint. That's just my opinion. Think about it. Think about the logic of that. I think I just came up with a new invention.
Well, if somebody makes that, please let me know. Because I just want to keep up with something like that because that sounds pretty interesting. Knowing that your invention made it somewhere.
I think it should. If the fucking Snuggie can make it, why can't my taint zipper for female
Duck
pants
Dynasty
make it?
can make it, I'm pretty sure we can make it anywhere in life.
Well, I'm still cool. That and Honey Boo Boo, dude. What the fuck? Here comes Honey Boo Boo. Seriously, what the fuck? What happened in society that show even made it for 2 years? Now they're trying to get that back on the air. Who the fuck cares what that kid...
She's got a biscuit.
My God. Mama, I want me a biscuit. And here's the whole thing. That fucking woman, that mother... Dude, can you believe that somebody had sex with her to even make Honey Boo Boo?
I had, what she looked like lined up in my mind, but I lost it.
Remember when they made fun of her on South Park? And that caricature that they drew of her was fucking perfect. She's got that big ass chin, and she looks like she's got chin hairs and shit, dude.
It reminds me of that episode of Invader Zim where he's trying to chase that that character, and he finds like that chicken man, and he's got like those neck meats. He's like, "Oh, son, they're always after my neck meats. These are my lucky neck meats."
My lucky dude, that chick had some fucking neck meat. Did you ever see that episode? And I'm not saying I watched the whole thing. I think I watched about maybe 10 minutes my entire life of Honey Boo Boo because I wanted to see what the fucking big deal was. I mean, shit, it was all over the fucking news and shit, and they were talking about it everywhere. And I watched this episode where they were at a fucking water park, and that fucking mom, Honey Boo Boo's mom, actually got stuck in the top of the tube, dude. I'm like, for fucking real? This is what the American people are watching? That's what's wrong with America, people. You motherfuckers are watching some dumbass shows. So
it's like watching.
I mean, it's like watching a train wreck, man. You know.
Well, no, it's like watching Cake Boss. Like people, so I forgot who it was. I think it was on a radio show that I used to listen to. But he was like, America has gotten to be so stereotypically overweight that they'd actually go listen and they'd go watch a show about some dude making a cake over and over
hey,
again.
seriously, I've seen the show a couple of times, and they really do make some pretty cool.
They
shit,
make
man.
some pretty cool cakes, but I mean, like,
but they weren't even like really cakes.
20% of it's edible. Like,
I know, but it's still fucking cool.
It's cool to see how they do it. Yes.
Look, I can't
time,
even draw a stick figure, man. This motherfucker's making like. I saw the episode where they made that Star Trek cake. Dude.
Okay, but look,
that's off the fucking hook.
Yeah,
man.
they make some cool cakes, but I think that alone doesn't need to involve all the fake drama that they have in it. And you know what?
What you're trying to say that reality TV's fake? Of course it is. I'm just kidding.
That's what I'm saying. Most of it is. Most of it's like really freaking scripted. But I don't think to make some freaking cakes that are really awesome, they need his freaking sisters going around like, "Oh, buddy, I dropped a cake," and stuff like that. Like, really? Like, I don't need that. Like, okay, yeah, you make a cool freaking cake. All right, I don't need freaking like the Top Chef show or whatever that was, like Hell's Kitchen. Whenever he'd go around like, "Oh, this freaking thing's so undercooked," I freaking hate that. Okay.
Wouldn't it have been so cool if one of those people would have fucking flipped out and like fucking stabbed that dude with a French knife in his spinal cord?
Oh my god!
I mean, seriously, that guy's a fucking dick. I would have loved to have gotten on that show because I would have just gotten him in a chokehold.
Like, what was up with like the whole freaking trend to have like a bunch of reality shows have at least have one douchebag in it? Like, why? Like, what was up with that? Like they had Simon and freaking all those talent shows they had.
Well, that's because
Hell's
Simon
Kitchen.
created him.
They had Hell's Kitchen. They had freaking the sisters from freaking Cake Boss. They had a countless numbers of others.
Well, because you have to have controversy. Look at Jerry Springer, dude. Why the fuck would anybody watch Jerry Springer? I mean, except to watch chairs get thrown every episode. I mean, seriously.
Oh my god, that was like that episode whenever the dude was like, okay, so there was this white chick and this black dude, right? They were on stage, and I don't know if maybe like the chick was blind or something, or maybe colorblind, but the dude, I didn't even see the whole thing, but the dude was like, "Baby, I have something to tell you." And she was like, "What?" And he's like, "I'm black." And she was like, "What?" Started throwing freaking chairs everywhere, flipping out, and then, as if it couldn't get any worse, you have to have Jerry Springer come up all dramatic to the freaking camera and be like, "Our show's pretty stupid, but not as stupid as racism."
Oh my god. No, I'll tell you what, the best episode ever that I caught, best clip ever of Jerry Springer, let me set you all up here, was this guy met this girl on Facebook, and it turns out that it was a transvestite.
It was
did you see? It wasn't Bruce Jenner, dude.
No, I didn't.
But no, it was all over the fucking YouTube. It was funny, and so the guy finds out. So they're interviewing this motherfucker up on stage, and he fucking says, he's like to this girl, he's like, "Oh, hey, because they had only met on the internet, which is, by the way, which is why you should really be leery of who you meet on the internet." But so he's like, "Oh yeah, would you go out with me? Would you be my girlfriend?" And the guy's like, "There's something I have to tell you. I'm actually a man." And so all the audience is doing that woo, that Jerry Springer fucking woo shit. And so then Jerry Springer's like, "Well, how do you feel about that?" And he's like, "Well, would you still go out with me? I'm willing to try anything once." I was like, "Really? Is this what we come to as a society?" Let's look at the roundup. Jerry Springer, the Kardashians, which we'll focus several episodes on the Kardashians because that just they really get my goat.
I don't even know what
fucking
shows
Duck Dynasty. What the fuck? Here's the whole thing, okay? I'm gonna give you guys a little secret about Duck Dynasty with the beards. Do you know that was part of their contract, Gage, that they had to grow those beards before they got that show? Now, mind you, these people are already fucking millionaires, right? They're Bible thumping fucking millionaires. They're these diehard Christian motherfuckers, right? So then what was... So I thought part of Christianity was that, you know, you're supposed to be humble. So why do they need a fucking TV show?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a pet peeve. You know, you got that motherfucking old motherfucker. What's his name? What's that old dude's name?
Well, I think there's a couple of...
The Paul, whoever the dad is.
Phil, I think.
That fucking
bigot. Did you hear what happened to him, right?
Yeah, that bigot, racist motherfucker.
Okay, well, here's... Did you hear about how he got, like, banned or something?
Yeah, because he was talking out about homosexuality and shit like that.
I was listening to the whole Joe Rogan thing about that. Like, Joe Rogan doing stand-up about that.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling you about earlier. And he was talking about how he was on there. He's like, man, why are you listening to him? He's old. He doesn't know what's going on. Yeah. He's like, I don't see how one man can look at another man's anus and choose that over a woman. And Joe Rogan was like, I don't understand that either.
I'll bet you 20 motherfucking bucks that, you know what, he might not choose another man's anus over a woman, but I bet you if you threw a sheep in front of that motherfucker or maybe a goat, I bet you that Duck Dynasty old man would be
he peels off his face paint. He's actually ISIS.
No, I'm talking about he'd be down with that goat. I bet you he'd fucking hit that goat like a tank. You know, he'd be like, he'd be
burn this in a steeple.
Yeah, he'd fucking, yeah, motherfucker. I won't do a man in the ass, but I'll pop the shit out of a sheep, that fucking redneck bitch.
Yeah,
you know, and I love rednecks, but I hate bigots and I fucking hate people that hate other people's shit.
Whenever, like there's a lot of cool rednecks and a lot of things that
there's a lot
rednecks do
of
are funny.
Cool rednecks.
But you can't just take like that specific breed and give them a bunch of money and then expect them to be the same. Then everything's acted and now they become like this. It's stupid.
No, but my whole thing is a contradiction of himself, dude. Because you know what? Like you said, he's out there fucking Bible thumping and shit. And then that other motherfucker, the son, was in that stupid God is Dead movie. Which that movie, they should have called it This Movie is Dead. But anyway, so you're professing to be these big humble Christians. They made a fortune with their stupid duck calls, the AKA Duck Dynasty, whatever the fuck. And now you can't get the fuck away from him. I mean, now after that whole controversy came out with his name is Phil. That's what his name is. His name is Phil.
I said that already.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
they actually brought him back on. If I remember, because
they brought him back.
They brought him back.
But my thing is, remember, like last year, you couldn't fucking take a shit. They even had Duck Dynasty toilet paper. So you could wipe your ass with Phil's face, which is kind of cool because that's about the only thing his face is good for is to wipe your ass. But you couldn't go anywhere, dude. You couldn't go to Walmart, Kmart, fucking Target, Academy, everywhere there was fucking Duck Dynasty.
Academy.
Yeah, but everything's now in the 50%, the 75% discount rack, which is cool. Because I am so fucking sick of Duck Dynasty. Now, if we can only get rid of
we should actually do a video of us just smack. No, because then we'll give them revenue.
Yeah, well, if we can only do the same thing with the Kardashians, because at least I will give Duck Dynasty credit over the Kardashians.
At least they had something.
The Duck Dynasty guys, as much as I fucking hate them, because I think they're a bunch of bigoted fucking douchebags, at least they started as a little family that made really decent, hunting collars or animal collars, because I don't hunt, so I don't know shit about what you do when you go hunting, and I'm not saying anything negative about people that do hunt, unless you just kill and don't eat the stuff that you kill, because that's just not cool. Like that's another big pet peeve.
Pennsylvania pigeon shoot.
Yeah, like that. You guys can Google that. The Pennsylvania pigeon shoot, which is just a bunch of rich, pasty, white motherfucking old men that fucking... They take these pigeons and put them in boxes and they let them fly and they shoot them at about 20 yards with a shotgun, and these poor motherfucking pigeons are flopping around, torturing, slowly dying.
Yeah, and then they got I was watching an episode on that guy, the Shark Channel, that goes out there and he covers all that and whatnot, and like that guy that I was showing you a while back.
Yeah, the one that they were shooting at his fucking boat.
No, well, yeah, they shot his boat with birdshot.
He should have shot back, dude. My thing is, I'm fucking putting lead down range if you're putting lead at me, motherfucker.
Yeah, and then they had they had a kid that had to be younger than 12 go out there, and like they would go grab like the birds while they're still running around. There was so what they would do is like they'd pick up a bird and like hit it on their heel so it'd like break their neck, I'm assuming. But so the kid picked up the bird and it got loose. And I guess the kid got mad and he started stomping the bird. Like, started like jumping on it with both feet, not just stomping. He started jumping on it with both feet, picked it up, and then kicked it on his heel, and then just kept on going.
Future serial killer right there, man.
Exactly.
Oh, but we wonder what's wrong with society when we get it. Because remember in that video you made me watch where they had the fucking police keeping everybody out from there and shit?
Yeah.
So
Well,
the Pennsylvania State Police were fucking keeping everybody back.
Well, you know who was saying that runs most of that, right? That guy was saying runs most of that, and I pretty much believe him because he's done his research into that, the NRA.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say anything negative about the NRA because I love the NRA, but that's fucking ridiculous. Because, again, part of letting loose is being real. The whole, you got to keep things real like we talked about in the other podcast. So if somebody does something fucked up, that's fucked up and fuck the NRA for that. Now, I love the NRA.
I think there's a good group, and it's kind of like, I guess, the military. Like, you look at it, like, the brass is messed up in a lot of ways. And then you look at the common soldier, and you're like, okay, that guy's really cool. And I guess it's kind of like looking at it the same way. I can't say that I've done my research enough into it to say that for sure that the NRA is doing it. But I believe that this guy's been doing his research into it long enough to know that the NRA is doing it and leading this type of thing. And I'd say for the people in the NRA that would sponsor something like that,
you're a douchebag.
Yeah,
anybody that'll sponsor the innocent slaughter of fucking pigeons, dude. Seriously, it's not even like pigeons fly fast.
Well, did you hear what else they're doing?
Maybe
how they raise I believe it was chickens, some sort of bird, and they have like this farm, and basically they have like a visor in front of their eyes, and they'll actually pin it through their beak, so in front of their eyes, so they can't see forward at all from birth. They can't see forward, and they're not released free. There's a ton of them inside like a cage, and they're not released free until they let these guys go out and hunt them. And what they do is they release them to like this specialized area. They'll release them out, and they'll take the freaking thing off, and then they'll just go out and hunt them.
You see, you know what they should do? They should actually take those fucking pasty dudes and have somebody hunt them. Because that's just fucking... Because the way that as a society you treat animals is the way that you pretty much treat each other. And if there's sick motherfuckers in the world that are going to do that kind of shit, that's pretty fucked up, dude.
Yeah, let me replace my chair really quick. You keep going, because this one's kind of creaky.
Yeah, anybody hearing any creaky noises in the background, that's Gage's fucking creaky-ass chair. But yeah, touching back on that, it says a lot about a person, the way that they treat animals. Because animals are defenseless. Well, they're not defenseless because a lot of them have teeth and shit.
I think a pigeon is.
Well, a pigeon, dude, what the fuck, man? I mean, they might shit on your car or something, which might piss you off. But, like, seriously, man, that whole pigeon thing was fucking horse shit. Yeah, if y'all get a chance to pull up that video, it's just...
I'll leave a link in the description.
Yeah, it's just totally deplorable, man. Because, like I said, as a society and as human beings, the way that we treat animals, especially defenseless ones, it's one thing if you're out there in the wild hunting some fucking deer, doing some tracking or some shit like that. Like I said, I don't personally hunt. I'm not opposed to it. But, hey, whatever floats your boat, man. I'm not here to judge. But I will judge that because that's just fucking retarded. I mean, that's cruel. And it's people like that really need to get a dose of their own medicine. Because if you're going to be that cruel to an animal, again, I have if you're going to kill what you eat and if you're going to actually earn it, that's cool. But putting fucking pigeons in boxes, seriously? Can you imagine what these twisted motherfuckers do, like, with their kids? If you have no respect for life to that point, then you know what, you serve the world no purpose. And a lot of rich people in this world, in my experiences especially, met some really cool rich people. I've met some, but most of them feel like they're entitled or they're better than you because they have more shit. And that's a pet peeve that I have too, since the subject of tonight's podcast is pet peeves. We're not what we own. That we're not, I've met some of the coolest rich dudes on the planet, and I've met some of the poorest rich dudes on the planet, and that are cool as fuck, that are assholes. But you're not what you own. You are what makes you a person is your honor, your integrity, your word. So you could be worth a gazillion dollars, man. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not what you own. So that's definitely, I could rant on about that for days. I don't want to bore anybody about that, but it really is a big pet peeve, man. Nobody's entitled to shit. No, if you have more money than somebody else, that doesn't make you any better.
Yeah. Again, I'll leave a link to the whole video or anything really about the whole pigeon shoot and whatnot down below if you're really interested in that. Okay.
But talking about selfies, though, remember that selfie, dude, where that chick was in the bathroom and she was fucking in her bra and panties and there was a big turd floating in the fucking toilet bowl?
Yeah.
Man, you need to post. That's an oldie but a goodie, man. That's just fucking awesome. That's called good karma right there. That chick thought she was being all sexy and stuff, dude, with her fucking sexy pose. And there's a big fat floater, man. It looked like she gave birth to a baby python, man. That motherfucking thing looked like a German U-boat looking for fucking Lusitania. Holy fuck. I mean, yeah, that's fucking ridiculous. But
okay, well, while you mentioned German U-boats, and that got me thinking real quick.
What the fuck?
Well, okay, look.
I gotta see where this one goes.
Okay, do you know how many people don't know who Hitler was?
Are you serious?
I'm absolutely serious. I've asked, like, okay, I don't know about how many other people, but I know that people my age, like the people that I've talked to, and there's been a video of a guy actually going around and asking, like, dudes and chicks about World War II. Okay, so not to be like sexist, but first of all, the women on that like knew nothing at all.
Okay.
But it's just like ridiculous. Like you'd think something that major in history, especially when you've got a lot of people going around talking about, like, oh, the Holocaust was terrible, but you don't know who Hitler was, and they don't know who the Axis.
Are you fucking shitting me? The people that
I'm not. I was
okay. After we get off air, you got to show me this video, and I don't doubt what you're saying, but you're trying to.
And I've asked like people my age, like some of the people in my school, and I'm like, do you even know who Hitler is? I'm like, isn't it that one dude that fought the Nazis?
What the fuck are they teaching y'all in school, man?
They're not teaching us World War II. I've wanted to learn World War II, and like I remember throughout my entire school year, I was like, man, I want to learn World War II and Vietnam and stuff, but they never touched up on any of it.
Why don't I
remember one of my teachers was like, oh yeah, we're gonna learn about it, and then it never.
We're gonna learn about stuff. I don't know.
Like you can only learn so much from it by reading Animal Farm in English class. But no, I mean, it's ridiculous, like, how many people don't know what any of that was. Like, they don't know what the Allies were. They don't know what the Axis was. Like in the video, he's talking about, like, okay, so do you know, like, who the Allies and the Axis were? And one of the people was like, oh, the Axis were Germany, Russia, and stuff like that. And, you know, like, I don't claim to know, like, all of, like, the world, like, all the powers and whatnot, but at least know, like, the most fundamental basics, like, okay, there was Nazi Germany, and the fact that, you know, Hitler came from Austria and whatnot, and then there was America, Britain, Russia, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, but you know what the moral of that whole story that you're saying is, right? That here's the whole deal, people. History repeats itself, and it will repeat itself. The game doesn't change, just the players do. So if you don't educate yourself by trying to find out about history, and if you, for example, don't know who the fuck Adolf Hitler is, for example, then you're a fucking idiot. Okay, you need to go educate yourself. And just like ever since even I was a kid, they would do studies to see if you knew who the vice president was. How the fuck can you be an American citizen and be so ignorant to not know who the vice president is?
Well,
because I'm going to give you an example. We as a country are so fucking politically lazy, but like, for example, 90% of they did a study on a consistent basis. 90% of all the German citizens vote in the elections. You know what the studies they do over here are? Hardly anybody votes in the elections. So you know, it's a very small majority. I can actually probably pull up the numbers, but that would actually mean I cared enough to pull up the numbers and.
Well, in a lot of ways, there's especially like the younger generation, there's a lot that you can't really blame on them to an extent. And I understand, like, you know what, yeah, you should be interested in your own research, but whenever you grow up with freaking Bruce Jenner, Kylie Jenner, selfies, Instagram, and no one's ever really and in school they don't teach you about it. I mean, it's kind of like one of those things where you're like...
Well, see, I will give you one thing. Since even I was a kid, they've definitely dumbed down the school system, because the dumber that you are, the easier it is to fuck with you. And that's what's going on in society today, especially.
Well, like Common Core. Like how they're have you heard about Common Core?
No,
We'll have to talk about that in a later episode, basically they're really like dumbing down the school system like big time.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. You know what? I mean, seriously, it's just because they don't want, the thing that people have to understand is that they don't want you to know the fucking how the game really works, man. The dumber you are, the better. The dumber you are, the easier it is. If I fucking show you a fucking the number 4 and tell you that's the number 6 and you believe that's the number 6, you know what? Well, guess what, man? That it's just shit like that. The dumber that you are, the more that we could pull over on you, and that's what's But the thing is that y'all got to remember, even with this, like for this podcast, for example, we got Facebook. It started off with MySpace, but you have all these social medias and all that other shit. They want you to be preoccupied. The government wants you to be preoccupied with all this bullshit. They want you to be preoccupied with dumb stuff like the Kardashians. They want you to be preoccupied with the fucking the media outlet, the social media. Because the more time that you're spending jerking off looking at stupid shit like Bruce, I got a vag, Jenner, then the less time that you're spending on the fact that watching that, you're slowly losing your intelligence, you're losing your ability to think, you're losing your ability to make sound judgmental decisions, you're losing your freedoms.
Remember, kids, knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Jose, or was it Juan?
Yeah,
Dude, that
G.I.
was
Jose.
G.I. That was fucking.
Remember, kids, like I always say, you know enough.
So fucking, it's a tough world out there. But we were talking about this earlier too, and we'll touch on it a little bit right now. What age do you think that is age appropriate to know certain things about life? Let's say for example, what do you think is an age appropriate time to know about, like death, for example? That was a big pet peeve for me, even since I was a kid. Like, I don't think it's the right for Disney. Like, if you look at every fucking Disney show, dude, Dumbo's fucking mom gets killed, Bambi's mom gets killed. Somebody's always dying in a fucking Disney flick.
In some pretty traumatic ways too.
And my thing is, I don't think that it's Disney's right to teach a kid about the coolest thing about being a kid is you have no concept of your mortality. And I think it's fucking horseshit, dude, that fucking Disney takes that away from these kids, like these 6-year-old kids. Hey, mommy, what happened to Dumbo's mom? Dumbo's mom got fucking killed. Well, what's death? I think that's horseshit, dude. I really do. Hey, stand by, people. Gage is going to talk about Dumbo's mom's death. I got to take this very important phone call. That's the problem about doing a live podcast.
Yeah. All right, hey guys, sorry. Freaking dog started freaking out because my mom came to the back door and they thought it was an intruder or something. And Mike's back from his call, so.
Which was actually quite an interesting call. And here, this isn't a pet peeve or anything, but I just got a phone call from my 13-year-old son who's at his mom's house. And he called me saying he went to go take a piss, Gage, and there was a snake in the bathroom.
There's a snake in my boot.
It wasn't in his boot, it was in the bathroom.
Someone almost poisoned his water hole.
Now imagine if you got bit by that fucking snake.
Yeah, I think as long as he just wasn't a spaz about it, I think he'd be alright. But knowing justice, he'd be quite the spaz. But
yeah, I'm sorry for
everything worked itself out.
I'm sorry for the interruption of the snake drama.
And the dog drama. But anyways, so as I was telling them, I don't really know. At this age, at 16, I don't really know when I would say that an appropriate age for a child to learn certain things like death, sex, and all that good stuff at. But what I did tell them is looking at it, especially like sex, it's like okay, whenever I learned about it, I was in probably like 6th or 7th grade. Just like all like the like the graphic details of it, but it's like now, and I mentioned to them about like these 5th graders in my school, in my middle school, whenever like last year, whenever they were 5th graders, so now they're like 6th graders that had sex together, and it's like it keeps getting younger each generation, like each generation goes further back and back until eventually like freaking preschoolers like, hey baby, what's up?
All right, you just touched on a story that I got to tell you. It's a funny story. Sorry for the chair squeak. All right, I was in 7th grade, and a buddy of mine, I'm just gonna say first names. It was Richie and April. Well, there's a moral to this story here, okay? So, me and Richie were friends. So Richie fucking was talking about, him and April were dating, So it just didn't start like, this generation. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna have sex with her, blah 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 blah. So he comes running back a couple of days later. He's like, I fucked April. I'm like, no shit, because I was in 7th grade too. So that was a pretty big deal. It's still a big deal in 7th grade, which really shouldn't. I'm not condoning sex at that age. I'm just telling you it was a crazy story. So he comes running back, dude. And we're like, man, because especially back when I was growing up, everybody's worried about HIV, and which you still should worry about HIV and hepatitis and all that other shit, that sexually transmitted diseases. But we're like, man, did you use a condom? Did you use a rubber? He's like, no, I didn't have access to one. So we're like, man, well, aren't you afraid that you might have got her pregnant or got something, or something like that? And no, he's like, I got a big balloon and I used the balloon as a condom. I was like, what the fuck? You told me that story. Yeah, this motherfucker used a balloon as a condom. I'm like,
I like your biggest water balloon.
Well, I bet you, it probably wasn't even that big. It was probably a small balloon. But I just was amazed by the ingenuity of, so if you, even at a young age, if you want something bad enough,
you imagine like what was going through that kid's mind when you go buy balloons? Like,
I don't know.
Because it'd be like kind of like this, like I'm sure the same things running through his mind as buying condoms. Like he goes up and he's just like, I like these balloons and this drink.
Yeah, can I?
I
want this. I want this big.
Like,
like those punchy balloons that come with the rubber band. You can punch them. Because I can't imagine. Because most balloons are really, dude. I have a hard time blowing up balloons because they're really tight. Can you imagine trying? I don't care how young you are. I mean, just imagine trying to get your penis at any age. Let's just take age out of this equation here. Putting your penis into a balloon. It's got to be an incredibly hard task, and I don't say that. There's no
Maybe
pun.
He has a
There's no pun in the
being
hard.
A clown.
Yeah, where he could be one of those balloon guys.
Yeah,
they make those balloons and
tigers.
shit.
Yeah.
Here's a poodle. Here's a dinosaur. Here's a penis. Here's a cock. I mean, seriously, yeah. So I was just totally blown away. I'm still blown away by that the fact of that. It's one of my favorite childhood stories, that he actually used a balloon as a condom.
Whenever you told me that story, I thought you were in high school.
Nah, man, he was in seventh grade, dude.
Oh my God, that's just like, I don't know if I should be more worried that it in 7th grade or in high school. Like, I don't know which one would be worse. Like, I mean, yeah, you know what, he's having sex in 7th grade, but at the same time, but then if you look at it in high school. I mean, like, he's using a balloon as a condom.
Dude, I'll tell you.
I don't know
you know what? At any age, man, you know what? Ingenuity. What do they say? Creativity is the mother of invention, or some shit. I don't fucking know what the exact quote is. But you got to give him credit. Especially being in 7th grade. I mean, he used a balloon as a condom. But I never really got into the details with him. Like, I didn't know if he rolled it up and made it into so he could roll it back down. Or if he blew it up, and then I don't know how he pulled it off.
To, get that off though.
I don't know, man. I would like that. Balloons are tighter.
Maybe he cut the ring that they have on it or off.
No, I don't know. I never really asked him. Maybe if I could find him on Facebook,
hey man,
I'd like
we're doing a
podcast.
Hey man,
I know this is a long time ago, but man, I just gotta know. This thing's been eating in my ass for decades, man. When you fucked April with that balloon, dude, how did you do it? I think
did you have a clown horn with
it? I mean, I want to know. These are certain things. There's certain mysteries in this world, like the Mayan calendar was a great mystery. The Egyptian pyramids are a great mystery. My greatest mystery is how the hell did he get a balloon on his dick? I need to know.
I was listening to somebody say, like, one of the most difficult things that the human race would ever have to explain to, like, aliens would be, like, Kim Kardashian. But I think it'd be like how a 7th grader pulled off having sex with a balloon.
I'll tell you what.
No, wait. I think I got one worse than that. I've heard a couple of these, but my friend Jacob was telling me this one. He was saying that this dude and this chick were having a picnic. Right.
Okay, I don't know where it's going with the picnic, but
okay. Well, look, they didn't have any condoms, so they used a lunch. They used a lunch bag.
A lunch was
they used mustard.
Mustard.
Yeah.
What was that? The spermicide? Was it?
Lubricant.
Whoa, my God, man!
Yeah.
She put mustard on her fucking cooch.
Yeah, apparently she had maggots later on or something like that.
What?
Like, I don't know how true any of these are.
I don't
sure
know about
something
the
that's
maggots,
actually
but
happened.
imagine you just look. We all know that those areas are pretty sensitive, but I will tell you this: when I was younger, I used to make bets in high school, and I started in middle school. You know, I would
Did you have like one of those green see-through visors?
no, I would just take like I'd make a bet like to make extra money that because
Yeah.
I would take like Aqua Velva and pour it on my junk, and it burns. It really burns.
I would imagine.
So after a while, I kind of got desensitized because I started having sex at a younger age, and I was worried about getting diseases. But I actually used to go. There was a diner there was this diner that I used to go to that was close to my house, and you'd go in the bathroom, and they had I don't even know if they still I'm sure there's some places that still have them, but you could it was like a quarter machine. It would dispense a condom.
Yeah.
And so I would just sneak off some change from my pop and go get one, but I can't. But those nether regions are pretty fucking sensitive, man. I can't. This chick used mustard as a lubricant.
Look, I don't take my word for it.
I'm-
I don't know if it's true.
I'm not saying.
But I'm saying, in this time and age, I would not doubt it.
Why not ketchup or mayonnaise? I think it'd be a lot less.
I actually heard pretty much the same story before that with mayonnaise.
Well, because mayonnaise wouldn't burn so much.
Well, that's what's kind of like making me be like, because I've heard that same story before, but with mayonnaise and whatnot. But I think that he put a decent amount of description into it, and I wouldn't doubt it.
No, he probably wasn't lying. I mean, seriously, if I was going to come up with a fake fuck story, I would not pick mustard as my choice of lubricant.
He's pretty weird.
I
He
just
can
saying.
come
So
up with some
it's
random stuff.
probably legitimate because, man, out of all the things that if I'm gonna sit here thinking, okay, I'm gonna fucking make myself look really cool by telling this cool fuck story, I'd maybe say ketchup, mustard, maybe olive oil, something. If I'm on a picnic, you don't know what you can bring to a fucking
Jalapeno
picnic.
juice.
Well, I don't know about that, but man, fucking mustard, dude, that shit's. I mean,
Oh my god!
it was it
freaking-
spiced? Did he say if it was spicy brown or the
I
yellow?
was just about to say that freaking gray poupon dyed down mustard.
Man, that fucking. I'll tell you what. Whoever you are, dude. Jacob is his name.
Yeah, no.
Did
you
I
didn't
meet Jacob?
No.
Well, dude, hats off to you, Jacob, because you must. And to the girl that you had sex with.
no, it wasn't him. It wasn't him.
Oh.
He said that he knew somebody. That
Oh, so it was a friend of a friend that
or
used
something
mustard.
like that. Which is what's kind of
Okay,
like,
so
I
there's
don't know.
another mystery that we need to solve. We need to find out who is the mustard girl. Who's got like.
Well, I think he
who-
actually had a name for
or-
her, but he just didn't want to say.
Or
it.
how about what dude put mustard on his hot dog? I mean,
Oh
come
my
on.
God. Or like call him up like, hey dude.
Who did you put mustard on your hot dog and then you put it in her
Like,
bun?
hey man, we can get you sponsorship from
from
Heinz.
from Heinz, yeah. When I'm ready to have sex, I always go with A1 steak sauce. I mean, what the fuck is that?
Steak sauce.
A1 steak sauce for your meat. I mean, fucking seriously, man.
I don't know.
So-
I don't know.
I don't know. I think that we need to make contact to these people. We need to reach out and find out about balloons and mustard, but because that's just quite an amazing story. So anybody, please feel free to comment on any weird type of stories that you know about that, and we will absolutely research the shit out of it.
Again, you don't have to do it on just YouTube. We have all the social media and whatnot in the bottom in the description below.
See, now, for example, we were going back to age appropriate. You're emancipated. You're 16, but you're emancipated, so you're technically an adult. You're very, you're very smart. You know a lot more. You're very age savvy as far as your knowledge about the world and stuff like that. So just, me talking to you with my potty mouth, because, I'm from the Northeast, so we talk a lot of shit. Yeah, I feel comfortable with that with you. Now, I would not feel comfortable just talking to any 16-year-old about these subjects because of the fact that you're my son, but, it's just that, we're trying out here to teach people certain things about life. Mustard, though, is,
I'm just here to get views.
I-
I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, yeah.
the mustard issue, that's,
No, please.
don't ever do that. Don't, at least go with mayonnaise.
Yeah,
man.
no, I don't.
Go
I'll
with
at least
mayonnaise.
use ketchup or something.
Ketchup or mayonnaise, yeah, something that's
Yeah.
not going to be so intrusive on your nerve endings, man. Because just like with the balloon, How did he? I don't even know how the thing didn't cut off the blood
Besides,
supply.
like, yeah, but I mean, even then, like, balloons aren't really like slick. Like, they're kind of like they got grip to them.
Well, I'm guessing. Hey, I don't know. We're gonna have to find that out. We're gonna have to find out that mystery. But yeah, please feel free to comment on anything strange that you've heard.
Yeah.
Because I'd love to hear. See, those stories are interesting. Now, it's not that it's an issue of like, underage stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just,
also.
yeah, I don't. It's not an issue of anything dirty or pedophilia. Because I'm not a pedophile or anything like that. That story that I related, I was age appropriate because I was that age. But just overall, people do some really weird sexual shit. And again, if you're not hurting anybody but yourself, that's cool. But when people like what really, did you ever see that HBO special Real Sex with the guys that dress up like babies?
I saw like one of those people on YouTube.
They have a YouTube thing about it too.
Well, yeah, there's remember my mom showed you that dude that was freaking dressing up like a baby, and he had that freaking Hispanic lady that would come in and be his nanny.
No, that was from that Real Sex. That was on HBO.
And then there was that, freaking one where they had like that specific little place where they could go and they could dress up like it's like a daycare.
Well, what makes you think, yeah, like, well, the one dude on that Real Sex, man, that dude spent like thousands of dollars. He built like a scale model crib and shit. And he's like this 45-year-old fucking creepy dude.
Hobbies aren't cheap.
Oh my God.
I mean,
he's this 45-year-old fucking creepy dude though, man. And he's wearing a bonnet. He's got this big ass fucking pacifier, and he's got a big ass cloth diaper.
Look,
and then
man,
he shits in his diaper, and he has this lady change it.
Look, as long as I don't have to see him in a diaper walking around town, that's his, okay? Like, that's his own corner of the world.
Yeah, but think about this, man. What made that dude sit there and think that I want to dress up like a baby and shit in my pants, and then I'm going to have some chick change it? And that's
what
hot.
made the freaking Pennsylvania pigeon shooters want to go freaking shoot boxed pigeons? What made people, like, want to do half the things that they do? I don't know. This is a weird world where we all have free will, and weird things are bound to happen.
Yeah, well, I will never dress up like a baby. Actually, it's kind of funny, dude. Okay, but let's talk like 2 girls, 1 cup. Who the fuck would eat a cup of shit?
Who would make the human centipede? I mean...
That's not real.
Yeah, but I mean, still, like, the whole idea behind
Okay, but
it.
that's science fiction, so...
Science fiction? What, are they freaking going to another freaking universe in that?
No, but that's...
Through the wormhole with Morgan
more
Freeman?
like through the fucking butthole, but hey... But what I'm saying is, but that's not real,
Okay,
maybe
well,
now.
Okay, well,
but,
let me use something a bit more relevant. What would make somebody want to sit on a table and have some chick fart in their face over and over again, okay?
Oh, you gotta love... The Japanese, I'll tell you, I'm gonna put this out here right now. Japanese people are fucking crazy. I mean, like, I love those videos, and they're all over the fucking internet, where they fucking fart. Like, the dudes will have the chick farting in their face, and then they'll put powder in their ass, and then when they fart, so you could actually visualize the fart. That is fucking awesome, dude.
It's like watching that scene of Jackass where they put the bellow up the dude's butt, and they glue the bellow, and then they put the freaking baby powder on his butt, and they tried to see if they could get the air from the bellow to go back out.
Oh, man.
And then they put a straw in his butt, and they did some interesting things. But you know what? I can't say anything because they made a lot of money off of that, and I'm not going to...
Oh, I'm not going to down somebody for making money, but seriously, I mean, and I'm not even down in the Japanese. I mean, I'll tell you what. In a lot of ways, the Japanese...
To each their own.
Man, I'm not judging.
I would down the Japanese, though, for destroying like 90% of their water.
Yeah,
I would down the Japanese
with
for that.
Fukushima. But I will say this. Again, if you're not hurting anybody but you, man, fucking live and let live. But it still doesn't mean I'm not going to laugh at it. No. Because I'm sorry. It's really funny to see a fucking grown-ass man dressed like a fucking baby taking a shit.
He snuck some Jack in that bottle.
Oh, no, he didn't. He's probably got fucking, probably paid some fucking pregnant chick to put titty milk in there and fucking, I mean.
No, he feeds freaking condensed milk.
Baby made a boom boom. I mean, come on.
Why? Tom hungry.
They changed my diaper. I made a boom boom.
Tom, take dump. Change diaper.
Change my diaper. Took boom. I mean, seriously. So I guess I wouldn't really, kind of wouldn't categorize that as a pet peeve. But I'm gonna sorry again for people that are into freaky shit, man. Knock yourselves out. But that doesn't mean it's not funny. I'm just sorry. It's just funny. Some shit's funny, and sometimes you even have to laugh at yourself. Like me and the other podcast talking about taking a shit, reading my iPhone, the news on the iPhone. Hey, that's funny shit. I can make fun of myself too.
Literally.
I mean, I can make fun of myself.
Pretty literally.
Yeah, I can. And my farts are beautiful. I mean,
I doubt that.
They really are beautiful.
They're not.
But, yeah. So it's just overall, it's just a crazy world, but we definitely, I'm interested in hearing what everybody's got to say.
Yeah, and I was trying to say it earlier, but comment down below on what you think like the appropriate age and whatnot to learn certain things are and whatnot.
Especially fucking Disney. That really is a big pet peeve of mine, man. Because like I said, even as a kid, I'm watching these fucking shows, and like I said, the most precious thing about being a kid is that you're not aware of your own mortality. But so who the fuck is Disney to fucking teach your kid about death? And why does even now, dude, look at Disney shit now. Everything's still, the Lion King, his fucking Mufasa dies, and fucking all this crazy shit, man.
In a pretty terrible way, too.
And then
his son sits here and watches him die.
And somebody's always dying in some Disney show, and everybody fucking loves Disney. Why the fuck is that? And what the fuck is the fact that every time Mickey Mouse is in a picture, he's got his groin popped out, dude? You ever notice that? I want you to look for that. He's got his hands on his hips and his groin's pointed out.
I don't know. Man.
Things
just in this world.
No, dude, Disney's fucked up, man. Disney's fucked up, and guys that wear big adult diapers and take a shit. Just like that. That's kind of like that astronaut chick. Remember that astronaut chick that drove all the way from Houston to Florida because she was fucking that other astronaut dude?
No.
And he was married, though, and she fucking put on that astronaut diaper. She drove straight through from Houston to Florida, and she was shitting in her fucking astronaut diaper because she was going to go kill him. She got charged, dude. You could look it up. I mean, what the fuck was that bitch thinking?
Did she use her moon lander?
No, dude. She used her astronaut diaper to fucking drive straight from Houston to Florida. She didn't even stop to take a shit. But what I want to know is, how did she make it without getting gas? Because
That's what I'm wondering, too. Like, you could have stopped at a gas station, like, hey, I got to take a dump.
I mean, well, you got to figure, if you have to stop to get gas, you can take an extra 2 minutes to take a shit. Nope. That crazy bitch fucking got one of her astronaut diapers.
She's sitting there freaking filling up gas, like, oh, this nigga right here, and just freaking taking a dump.
Oh, man, dude,
gas.
I bet you by the time she made it to Florida, man, I bet you she smelt like...
Astronaut diaper. How do those things work?
They're like big Depends. They're like big Depends. You can take a shit and a piss in them and stuff. So, like, if you're out doing a spacewalk, where are you going to take a shit? What if you have to... You're out there fixing the space station, right? It's like, and you got 2 hours to go, man, but you ate some of that fucking dehydrated beans or something.
Ugh.
And you got to fucking pinch one off really bad. Well, you just can't float the back in and go take a dump, so you shit in your astronaut diaper.
Let me look this up really quick. I got to see what this thing looks like.
What, an astronaut diaper, or the chick that fucking did it?
No, an astronaut diaper.
Yeah, I don't know if they call what.
Yeah, here, astronaut diaper.
There you go.
What does it have, like a sack behind it or something? It looks like a freaking...
My God. It looks like an
airbag. It looks like a freaking airbag.
It does. Or it looks like a really obese person's ass.
They call it the disposable absorption containment trunk.
Disposable absorption containment trunk?
No, wait. No, yep. This type of undergarment was developed for female astronauts on early shuttle flights to wear during launch or spacewalks. Male astronauts could wear a urine collection hose, and bag assembly. Now most astronaut male and female choose to use ordinary, commercially available disposable undergarments when wearing pressure suits.
But wait a minute. Hold on a second. I know that the audience can't see this, but that thing is huge. An elephant can shit or piss in that and it would fucking take it. There's the chick. That's the chick.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Look at her face. Look at her mugshot, man. You got to post that mugshot.
I'll save it right now and I'll do it.
Oh my God, man. Seriously. Look, from shuttle astronaut to...
Court OK's diaper evidence.
They tagged her diaper, dude.
Oh my God.
What's her name?
I'm gonna leave a link to this.
What's her name?
Dang it! Hold on. She drew 1,000 miles. Hold on. I can't really see. What's her name?
Make the type bigger, and you'll be able to.
Well, no, I can read. I don't have freaking old man eyes, but I can freaking read it. There's nothing. The name's not here.
Well,
Wait. She had a knife, a mallet, and a BB gun.
Man, and a big diaper.
A mallet? What is she freaking?
What, Bugs Bunny or something?
No. Freaking.
Mario?
No.
Or Donkey Kong?
No, the comedian.
Oh, Gallagher, dude.
You want to go smash some
There's
nuts?
a pet peeve right there. I hate that motherfucker. Was as annoying as a hemorrhoid. But yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy. I mean, seriously, what was she with and a BB gun and a mallet? What made her pick those choices of like, okay, I got a knife, a mallet, and a BB gun, and a fucking big female astronaut diaper? What's her name?
I couldn't see the name. We'll figure it out.
Clara made a boom boom. I mean, seriously, how many times did she take a shit?
I could only driving 1,000 miles.
1,000 miles, dude. But my thing is,
with a friggin' mallet.
You know what the moral of that story is? Don't piss off a fucking female astronaut. That bitch will do whatever she has to do to kick your ass. Because
don't give her a mallet.
Don't give her a mallet, but man, she made it all the way from Houston to Florida.
She had to bring options, man. She had to bring the mallet, the knife.
But what makes you think
gun.
that I want to kill this guy so bad that I can't even shit? I can stop to get gas, but I can't take a shit or a piss.
Maybe she was using her feces as natural gas.
Well, monkeys do use shit as a weapon, you know. Aim for the eyes, man.
I was thinking more of like biofuel. Like, you know, she's got like a whole setup in the back.
Well, she did work for NASA, so maybe she had some advanced technology that could get her car to fucking run 1,000 miles.
Working for NASA, and
she was a rocket scientist, dude. I mean, you don't know.
Working for NASA, and the most advanced thing she could get from them to go kill this dude with a freaking diaper.
It was a big Depends, dude. An industrial strength Depends. What the fuck? That's what's wrong with the world, man. When you have shuttle astronauts fucking stealing diapers to go kill their fucking boyfriends. Holy shit, man.
Oh,
what more can you say about that? I mean, I think that's probably the biggest pet peeve, that your tax dollars and my tax dollars paid for that diaper, dude. That's what, there you go.
Oh,
there's starving people all over the country, but that chick, I bet you that diaper probably cost NASA like $2,000. We need to fucking find out what the price of one of those diapers is, because you know, anything that the government does, dude. You know, when they have like $600 hammers and shit, I bet you that diaper was good for $2,000 easy. I mean, fucking seriously, holy shit, and that no pun intended. Holy shit. So, yeah, we've fucking ranted and raved about a lot of shitty stuff tonight.
Literally. I don't even know how long we've been going, because like I didn't see what time we started and the break that we had and whatnot. So you want to say just call it a quit at 12:30?
Oh, I don't know.
We're like right at 12:21.
I said we can just call it a quit in a minute, because you know I'm still focused on that diaper, man. I can't get the thought of that. You know what'd be a perfect couple? That dude from that fucking the Real Sex thing where he's in that big adult diaper.
Yeah.
And that chick, they could fucking tell. You know the stories they could have.
Except she's like in a costume, like she's dressed up like an astronaut. She's like, I want to be astronaut.
They could compare notes on what it feels like to take a fucking shit. Because I'll tell you what, you know, I don't think I could shit in my pants if I wanted to. I don't know, you know, like it's like, you know, like
that'd be so uncomfortable.
No, I just like seriously, I think, you know, once you like get past like the age of like 6, 7, you know, it becomes so pre-programmed in you, like you don't go boom boom in your pants or you take a piss. You know, there have been times where I've been driving cross country and shit like that.
You just fix all of that? Freaking loincloths. Like, then you won't have to take a dump in your pants. You just freaking pop that thing, the little flap up, and you just sit down and you're ready to go.
Well, where are you going to shit on the side of the road? See, that's why I want. That's why I want to get. No, that's why I want to get that luggable loo. Here's a plug for luggable loo. Anybody seen a luggable loo? They're awesome. It's like one of those fucking gray paint cans with a toilet bowl lid on it, so you could take a shit. Look up luggable loo. I want one so bad. You could just take a shit anywhere.
You can put that in your car, or like an airplane. like you put that in your car, you take a dump and you press a button and it releases it just,
Yeah.
like, right on the road.
Yeah, but wait a minute though. Here's the problem. Why would you see it with luggable loo though?
What?
You take a shit in luggable loo, then what do you gotta rinse it out. You want to put it back in the fucking car?
No, you set it in the car, all right. Then you take a dump, and like in freaking airplanes, how like they press it, and it's just like real. I don't know, like how you don't sit in the toilet because of the air pressure or whatever.
No, it's they don't just dump your shit. Imagine
I know, but like stereotypically, like a Joe Dirt.
Yeah,
like I'm not talking about like actually. I'm just like in freaking movies like Joe Dirt.
I know, but let's imagine a shit falling from 35,000 feet. That shit is gonna have the velocity of like a fucking missile. Imagine fucking getting hit with a shit missile.
You know what? They never stopped doing the freaking kinetic bombardment from the 1960s. They're still doing it. We never knew that they had their biggest weapon set up as a giant freaking septic tank in an airplane.
Yeah, a 737 with a tank full of shit.
They've got them on standby.
Well, figure what? 35,000 feet is like what, 6 miles up? Imagine a fucking big old torpedo turd getting
Except, like,
dropped.
where's their septic tank is like shaped like a light pole. It's like shaped like a light pole. Like they had the freaking like the beams that they would drop from space.
Oh my god, that'd be fucking nuts.
They've
dude.
got it figured out.
Maybe you just figured it out. Now they're
apparently
now the government's gonna come after you.
Jade Helm 15.
Jade Helm 15, baby. You just figured out the plan. They're actually gonna drop fucking turd missiles from fucking 737s.
They don't even have to have any power. It's just people that fly and
people have
gravity.
to take a shit. No, I mean that's seriously. I think that you've just came up with a top secret weapon that nobody knew about until right now. That's just an amazing concept. That's an amazing concept.
Well, I guess we're gonna end it here. This is a good place to end it. So thank you guys for listening to the second episode. I don't even know how long this one was, but thank you guys for listening to the second episode of. I'm trying not to say bunch in a podcast. Gage and Mike let loose, and lesson to be learned here today. You're never too old to let loose in a diaper.
Yeah, if you want to let loose, man, go get a $2,000 diaper from fucking NASA.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Adios.